Hey, my name's Chris and I'm from Oxford in the south of England.
And my name's James and I'm from Leeds in the north of England. Today we're going to play a little game and we're going to find out if there are any differences between the north and the south of England.
So in part one we're going to look at some stereotypes about the north and the south of England and we're going to find out if they're true or not.
For part two we've got some slang from the south and the north. We're going to pull out a card each and see if we know what they mean.
And in part three we're going to look at bands or artists from the north and the south, as well as films and TV series, and we're going to decide which one's better. Basically, we're going to play this or that.
Are you ready?
So the first stereotype is that people in the north are friendlier than people in the south. What do you think, true or false?
I think it's true.
Probably it's true,
I think it's true. From my experiences, in London and in the south, you southerners take a bit longer to warm up to people, whereas people in the north will more readily talk to you, you know?
Yeah, I think if you ask someone for directions in London, it's kind of like, what do you want? Like, excuse me.
Yeah, they look at you like, oh, what do you want? Leave me alone. I'm trying to go somewhere, you know.
Yeah, but in the north, it's more like,
oh, we've got time for you, love. You know, come here. Well, where are you going, love? Oh, it's just down the road, and they know where everything is.
Who do you think's the friendliest in the north?
It's got to be Yorkshire. It's got to be
Yorkshire.
It's got to be us Yorkshire.
Where are you from?
Yorkshire, maybe. I think. I don't know. I mean, Geordies are pretty friendly.
I would say, Geordies, which is
friendly.
Newcastle. For anyone who doesn't know, that's Newcastle.
Yeah, Newcastle. But they always look at you like, as if they want to fight you. They're like...
Well, I just think everyone there is a very, they always seem to be like, in Newcastle, it always seems that they're on a stag do, which is like the party you go to before you get married, and the hen do is for women. It feels like in Newcastle, everyone's just constantly on a stag do or a hen do. I don't know.
Constantly on the lash.
But I think Newcastle friendliest, I would say.
Yeah, fair enough. If it's not Yorkshire, it's Newcastle. We'll have to give them something.
Do you not think there's any place in the south that's friendly, like any particular city?
I think the southwest. I find people from places like, I suppose you could say Bristol as well, Cornwall. They're usually really nice.
I think if you go to something like Bath, Bristol, people are friendly, polite.
Yeah, it's just London, I think. London kind of is its own thing, and while they are friendly sometimes, when you're speaking to strangers, I think that's when they're just not very open to you. Yeah,
true. I agree.
True or false, Southerners are more posh than Northerners?
Do I need no words needed? Look at me. Fancy pants.
I think it's just the accent. I think people have this perception, don't they, that if you speak with a Southern accent, then you're posh. And if you go to the North, they'll call you posh. Say, oh, you talk posh. Because you don't talk like us. But being posh, I don't think so.
I think there's things like, they in the South, they say like we avocados, or we're trying to be more like the continent, like French and stuff. And then the North is like more pies and mash and more rustic kind of
down to earth. Down to earth. We don't. What's an avocado? I've never seen an avocado in my life.
Yeah, exactly.
I think that's the thing. It's more of a social perception than it is like an actual thing. It's not an actual.
And then London is like its own little eco centre, like its own bubble where things are very different from Bristol or.
And don't forget that standard English comes from the south because of the royal family. That's where the prestigious kind of English comes from. The Queen waving away, bye bye, good day everybody.
Do you think anyone actually speaks like the RP?
Not even anyone. I've only heard maybe one or two people, but I think they were doing it on purpose because they wanted to sound better than everybody else. But I don't think that there's anyone who speaks like that. I think
it used to be as well, like the BBC had like the presenters, but even now I think all of them have like a regional accent.
Yeah, they do. Maybe it's a bit softer. Like you'll see, someone from Leeds, but they don't sound 100% like they're from Leeds.
No,
not really. It's like a cheap accent,
Fake Leeds,
fake Northerner. But I think when you look back to like the 1950s, when you watch people talking, they'll talk to each other in this their regional accent, the regional dialect, and then when they know they're on camera, they'll start talking a little bit like this.
Turn up a little bit.
Yeah, they'll turn it up because they were taught to do that for radio, so they'd be understandable to everybody.
Yeah, it is understandable.
It is understandable, yeah. Not like us.
What?
Communicating in grunts. You what, mate?
Well, that's what they do. Well, the phrase is, or the words we use is northern monkeys.
Yeah, and southern fairies.
Southern fairies, because we just dance around eating avocados.
Well, that brings us to the next stereotype, I think.
Let's check it out. Next stereotype. People in the north always eat pie and gravy.
We always eat gravy. We eat
Gravy's
gravy with
nice.
chips. You know when you get fish and chips, you get chips and gravy?
Yeah.
You never had chips and gravy in the south?
Yeah, not as much, no. I lived in Manchester for 4 years, so I had some experience in the north. And I think, the fish and chip shops, or the chippy, in the north
Chip oil.
is much better than the south. Like,
Yeah, I agree with that one.
mushy peas, and then you get like curry sauce, or you get brown sauce, or you get gravy.
It's comfort food. It's all comfort food. And gravy just adds something on top of it. You know, it's warm. It tastes great. It makes the food taste a little bit better. And yeah, we don't eat pie and gravy with everything though.
What else do you eat?
Yeah, you're right. I don't know. Maybe a curry. I don't know.
Put you on the spot.
But we do have it on everything. Yorkshire puddings, roast dinners. Everyone puts gravy on them. Yeah.
And also, I think it's more common, like when you go to a football game or a football match.
Oh yeah.
Like the halftime food is normally like pie, right? Whereas I think in London or other places they might have like sandwiches or something like a bit posh, let's say.
Yeah. Well, when I think of southern food, I always think of like pret-a-manger, that kind of thing. Whereas if you go north, you're not going to find pret-a-manger in the north. You might find some in city centres, but mostly like Greggs, pies, fish and chip shops.
Love a Greggs.
Chip butties, we love a good Greggs. You've got them in the south as well.
What do you call it, a chip butty then? Because this is kind of a hot debate in England. What do you call, or even just in the north actually, what do you call a sandwich with chips?
A chip butty.
Chip butty.
Chip sarnie.
Chips. Well, I just say bacon sarnie with bacon and like bacon sandwich, bacon sarnie. Yeah. I wouldn't use it for chips. I don't know why.
Chip sarnie. Well, we probably say chip butty more often. Yeah.
Just say chip sandwich.
Chip sandwich.
It's very literal.
We're going to have a chip sandwich.
We don't have chip sandwiches in the south.
We don't put chips between bread.
But what else they had? Was it chip balm as well? Is it chip muffin cake or something?
Well, it depends. I think it's what you call the bread itself, not necessarily what you put in it.
Right,
there's like a million words for it. No one can decide. Where I'm from, it was always a tea cake.
That's right. Which is, I would be lost if someone said, "Can I have a tea cake?" I'd be like,
well, you think of the ones with the dates and currants in, don't you?
Yeah, just like some sort of cake or
we don't have them fancy tea cakes up north, I can tell you. A date, a raisin. We
do eat gravy in the south, but like with a roast dinner on a Sunday roast. But yeah, pies are not that common really.
Yeah, pie is more of a northern thing, I think. We have mince pies, pork pies, yeah, lots of different pies. True or false? Southerners can't handle cold weather.
Probably true, yeah. I mean, I'm just talking from my own experience. Like, as a person, as a human being who has lived outside of England for 10 years now, I'm very delicate towards the cold. Like, if it goes below 15, I'm like, I can't go outside.
I get used to it quickly when I go back. I've been away for 5 years, and when I'm here, it's cold, and I'm like, oh, I'm freezing, I'm going to put my jacket on. But when I go back, yeah, I'm much more likely to just go out in like a jumper or something. You just get used to it, it's psychological. I mean, yeah, but back in the day, I suppose, I used to go out with my friends down the pub in December, just wearing a shirt, like a little short sleeve shirt, button-up short sleeve shirt. And you don't want to pay the cloakroom fee, that's the problem. Yeah, exactly, yeah, stingy. You've got to pay like a £1 or two, haven't you, to get your coat in the cloakroom. That's true. You don't want to pay that. Yeah, so I would say, yeah, in the north it is much colder. When I lived in Manchester, I specifically went and bought some long johns, which are like thermals. We call them long johns. I'm not sure we have a name for the top part. No, just underlayer, thermal underlayer. Thermals, yeah. So I bought that and I wore that every single day, going to university, even in my house. So it is way colder in the north. So anything above Birmingham is basically the Arctic Circle. We're all freezing. We all live in igloos, just like the Canadians. No, I think it's windier. I think we get a lot more wind, a lot more breeze, and the wind just it chills you. Mate, in Manchester, it rained every day as well. Like, not the whole time, but let's say in the summertime, 10 minutes, and then it would, a shower for 10 minutes, and then it would go, and it's like, God, every single day, rain. Yeah. Well, don't forget we're an island. Yeah, true. We get a lot of changing weather. Not quite as extreme as somewhere else, but yeah. You're okay with the cold then? Mostly, yeah. I find comfort in the cold. It's cosy. you can warm up inside the house and you can sleep better. I don't really like the heat. Once it gets to summer here, like we live in Spain, so once we get to the summer here, what is it, 35 degrees?
Yeah.
Anything above 30, I'm like, this is horrible. Don't like it.
Yeah.
Not my thing.
True or false? Northern accents are harder to understand than southern accents.
Depends on your frame of reference. Tell you a story.
Okay.
When when I was younger, my dad remarried, and he remarried a woman from the south. I think she's from somewhere near Kent, Oxford. I can't remember exactly where. And when her kids came up to where I'm from, Yorkshire,
yeah,
half of the stuff that they said, I just didn't understand it.
I think, yeah, well, it's interesting because I just assumed that everyone from the north can understand the south, but the south can't really understand the north.
Yeah, that's mostly what it is.
But I suppose it does work both ways sometimes. But yeah, I think when I went to university in Manchester, I remember on my first day we did like a speed dating thing where you had to get to know the other students, and so we had like 5-minute conversation with everybody. And some guy who said to me, "What to do?" And I was what to do? I was like, what am I doing? I'm talking to you. And he's like, no, what to do? I had no idea. I was like, I know every individual word, but together I was like, what does this mean? And then he was like, what to do? What's wrong? And I was like, what's wrong? Like, what to do means, what's up? What's wrong? Something wrong with you?
We have a lot of phrases like that. Where
I think I looked very nervous, So he was like, what to do?
What to do, mate? What's up?
I had no idea. I was lost. But I think for me, the hardest one would be probably Scouse.
Yeah. Liverpoolians can be hard to understand.
Really hard.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
I really like that accent though. It's a really cool accent.
It is endearing, isn't it? It's very sweet.
It's very homely.
But no idea what they're saying.
You're right, lass. Yeah.
Can I coke?
That's a classic one where they pronounce the K as like a ch.
Yeah. Is it if the K is the end of the word, isn't it? It's ch.
Yeah. And it goes. Yeah.
It's like Spanish.
Chicken. Yeah.
Can I coke and chicken?
But yeah, I think on average, Northerners are much harder to understand. I think we also drop a lot of consonants. Like, even the word that I just said, harder, you'd say like harder, which is much clearer and easier to understand.
Yeah. So the reason people think the British English, learning British English is harder than American English is because your people.
Because of my stupid people, my northern monkey.
If it was just...
Sorry, everybody.
All right, apology accepted.
But not sorry, because we're better.
Is there... Okay, we'll leave it at that.
Okay, next stereotype. Northerners hate Southerners.
Facts.
Yeah, I fucking hate Christmas. I can't stand them. No, it's not true. I think there's definitely a playful rivalry, and we'll dig into each other. Us more than them. We're more likely to say like, oh, you Southerner, you're soft. You can't take the cold, you can't drink your pints.
Yeah, I think it's more that, because obviously London is in the south, so it's like, if you're in London, you don't really, that's the centre of the world, you don't really care about anywhere else, so it's like, whatever. But in the north, obviously, I don't know, even though nowadays, I feel like Manchester, Liverpool, maybe Newcastle, these are like really big cities now, so I think they've got a lot going on, so maybe there's a bit more of a mix now, people moving around, but London is still like the main. It's
the main hub. It's where everything's happening in England. It's so expensive.
But yeah, I think there's a bit of a rivalry in different things, right? The food, like you said, how hard you are, or like football or other sports. But yeah, and then I suppose like words that people use as well, like dialects. So
yeah, that's true. I've had some bad experiences with some Southerners, where they've been like, oh, you can tell you're from the north. And they think that you're stupid then, or they think that you're not intelligent. I'm just so discriminating.
To be fair, when I lived in Manchester, and I would go to the pub and meet other people, like with my friends, but I would meet other people from Manchester or other places in the north, they would always do like a London accent, and I'm like, I'm not from London. They were, all right, mate, how's it going? You from the south? And I don't sound like that.
They always do the same to us though, the other way around. They always do like a really stupid Yorkshire accent, which, I mean, I'm from Yorkshire, so. You from the north, mate? Yeah. Oh, get us a can of Coke, mate. Like, yeah, well, I know I sound like that, but I'm not actually stupid, so. Maybe sometimes.
But yeah, I think there is some. But then there's also like rivalry with, like friendly rivalry with other countries as well, like
France.
From France or the US.
Yeah, definitely Americans.
I don't know if they do. Do they do it back to us? I don't know.
I think they're mostly admirers, but I think recently there's been that trend like the bottle of water thing where they take the piss out of us.
Do you say bottle of water or do you say bottle of water?
I say even worse than the stereotypes. Say bottle of water like that. Well, I've got a story actually. I've got a friend from Manchester, and he always, every time he sees me, he makes me say, I'm going to say it properly. I bought a boat. But we say, I bought a boat. I bought a boat, mate. Yesterday I bought a boat.
It's just very, very vowely, very open.
It just flows. We just miss consonants and stuff.
Beautiful.
But yeah, bottle of water.
Bottle of water.
Bottle of water, yeah. Bottle of water.
Round 2, slang.
Let's begin. Have we got the right ones?
Yeah. So I've got the north. James has put words that they use in the north into the cup, and I've done the same for the south. We're going to pick them out and see if we know what they mean or not.
First one from the south. Chock-a-block.
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 Love it.
We also have this one in the north, you know.
Oh yeah?
So I think it means something's really busy.
Yeah.
Like when you've got a shopping centre or a bus and it's full of people, they're packed in like sardines. Chock-a-block, yeah.
Packed in like sardines, another one?
Sardines, yeah.
Yeah. Rammed.
It's chocker. Some people say chocker in the north.
You could. I think we normally use for traffic, right? Today it was chocker on the road.
Chocker on the road, yeah.
Chock-a-block. But yeah, it's a good one. Busy, chock-a-block.
Yeah. It's really busy. There's lots of people.
All right, my turn. Let's see what we get. I'm going to shake up a little bit.
Get a good one. Pick a winner.
All right, what have we got here? I don't know what this is. Ginnel Snicket. Am I saying that right? Ginnel.
Yeah, you're right, yeah.
Ginnel Snicket.
This one's an hard one. If you don't know, if you're not from the north, you're not going to know this. You might not even know it if you're from somewhere else in the north.
I've never seen this word before, ever. Well, I've never seen these words before. So can you put it into like a sentence, see if I can guess it from the context?
Yeah, so you could say, okay, to get to my garden, you'll have to go down the ginnel round the back of the house. Or down the snicket, round the back of the house.
Like an alleyway?
Yeah, it's an alleyway. It's another word for an alleyway.
Ginnel. I'm just trying to think. Or ginnel.
Ginnel, yeah.
Ginnel.
Some people say ginnel, but I think that's because they've read it on the paper and they're reading it like gin almost.
I'm trying to think, what could be? We just say alleyway.
Alleyway
or
cut as well. Well, that's more of
a thing, shortcut. No, well, not even that. No. Alleyway.
We also say alleyway. It's a specific type of alleyway because don't forget we've got a lot of. I think it's just the way that the houses are built, where they've got these really, really small, thin alleyways. We have really thin alleyways, and I think that specifically is a ginnel or a snicket.
Well, yeah, in the south, I suppose our houses like our mansions compared to your little huts in the north. We probably don't need alleyways, for our butler to go down.
Exactly. We've got to get the most in we can in the space. It conserves heat, you see, that way. We keep each other warm, you see. Can't afford heating in the north. We don't even have electricity up there.
No Wi-Fi.
No Wi-Fi. What's that? Wi-Fi? Wi-Fi?
You'll find out one day.
Maybe one day we'll get Wi-Fi in the north.
In the south, Wi-Fi and avocado and toast. Having a great time.
Typical Saturday. Let's pick this one out. What have we got? Buzzing. I think it means you're excited about something.
It does. I feel like you might have it. You might use it in the north, right, or not?
I think some people used it when I was younger. I think it's probably a Manchester thing.
Buzz. Yeah, that's true actually. Yeah.
Oh yeah, mate, I'm buzzing.
Yeah.
It's funny that, mate. I'm buzzing.
But yeah, we'd use it as well. Yeah, buzzing. Oh, mate, I'm buzzing. Let's go out or something. Or I've just won some money on a scratch card. I'm buzzing.
I'm buzzing, mate. Yeah.
Happy as Larry.
I think for us it's considered chav language. Like low class almost.
What is a chav?
That's the thing we have to explain to people not from the UK. We don't really have them anymore, do we? They were a thing like 10 years ago or 20 years ago.
Put a photo here.
Yeah, this is what a chav looks like, basically.
Very uneducated, uncultured person.
Yeah, it's just someone from the streets who... Yeah, let's not describe it. We can do another video about that.
I suppose, yeah, so basically someone who causes trouble, a nuisance in society, maybe like hangs around the local shop and annoys people, but they're not a thief, but they're also not a good person. And
if you're from Argentina, it's like a chorro. If you're from Spain, it's like a cani, and if you're from Russia, it's like a gopnik.
Wow, okay, I didn't know.
Those are the three terms that I found in international use.
Interesting. Okay, I had no idea.
Yeah.
Good.
Cultural knowledge, guys.
All right, next up, let's see what we've got from the north. Bit worried now. I want to get one that's kind of like not too hard. Pit.
You probably know this one.
Pit. Like literally a pit.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So it's the place where the mines
Where
are.
we all live.
You live in the pit. In the north, it was the industrial centre of England, and there were lots of mines where people went down in the pits and they got coal to burn.
Yeah, so we were the coal mining centre when England relied more on coal to make its electricity. Then, yeah, we had mines. We call it a pit because a pit is literally like a depression in the ground, like a hole that somebody cuts. And it's just slang for a mine.
You think, like in the north, the mining culture or this industrial culture has really shaped
Definitely
the place? And how has it shaped it?
Well, if you look at any town in the north, usually, well, there's a lot of mining towns, especially in Yorkshire, but I think all across the north. All the houses that are there, they were all built because the industry was there. So you'll hear the term mining town, and it's where the pit was, the mine itself.
Right.
And they built houses around it, which they all look the same. They're all about the same size, and all the workers used to live there. And it was that the neighbourhood was built around the pit, and also the culture. All the men, if you were a man, you either went to join the army, you went to go work in a mill, which is a factory, or you went to work down pit. That's what they used to say. Work down the pit in the mine, and it was a big part of the culture.
Yeah.
You'd go for drinks after with your workmates. But that's a long time ago. They were all closed in the 70s and 80s, so I don't know anything about that.
What would you, if you were around at that time, what would you have done?
Probably went out pit like everybody else. I mean,
You want to join the army?
I wouldn't have joined the army. No, I would have. Well, in my town there's a lot of mills, so
really?
I probably would have gone to work in a mill. Yeah, because the closest pit there was one in my town, but only one, and so I'd have had more choice in factories.
Yeah. Sounds bleak.
Yeah, it's pretty grim. It's grim up north, as they say. It's grim up north.
I'm a bit worried.
Bit of a rummage. A bit worried.
I'm going to get a good one.
Oh, that's a good one, is this one. A shindig. Shindig. Is it a party?
Yeah, shindig.
Can I have a shindig? I think it's like an ironic word, isn't it? You don't really say...
Yeah, I think it's one of those words like you use nowadays to like kind of make a joke. Yeah. You know, like, it's gonna have a bit of a shindig. Like when you probably went out last night, or you're going to go out and have a few drinks, basically.
We're going to have a shindig, yeah. I wonder why they call it a shindig, because that's a shin. This
shin,
part of your leg is a shin. And to dig is like to take a spade and dig into the ground, so why would they call it a shin?
Because you're dancing and digging into the floor.
Yeah, maybe. We'll have to look up the etymology on that one.
Yeah, I wonder, I think there's a few other words like or phrases like it's raining cats and dogs.
Yep.
Right? So it's not really used anymore. But I would say my friends and I, we use it just to kind of make fun.
It's ironic, yeah. It's sarcastic. It's raining cats and dogs.
Raining bloody cats and dogs. All right, let's see what it's got from the north. Let's see. Shake it up. Okay.
Oh, well, I think that's quite easy.
Summat.
Yeah.
Summat. Something?
It just means something. It's just a shortening.
How do you say it?
Summat.
Summat.
Or Summat.
Summat. Right, Summat.
Have you got Summat? No, I've not got Summat.
That makes me think of the Nowt and out.
Yeah, exactly. Well, they might be in there. It's a little bit of a clue. Okay, so we've got three words. We've got
three.
Summat, which is something. I think it's just because it's a lazy pronunciation of something. Summat. Nowt, which it came from an Old English word. I think it was pronounced like Nowt or something like that, and it means nothing. Because nothing is a composite word, no thing. But they used to say note, and now we still say note for nothing. Same thing with out, which means anything. They're the three words that come together. Summat, out, note.
So you could say like, do you need out? Do you need out from the shop?
No, I don't need out.
It's like another language.
It is sometimes like another language.
I do. I like them.
I ain't got
nice.
no.
I ain't got now.
I ain't got no.
I ain't got now.
You've got something in your hand. I ain't got no.
I ain't got now.
I ain't got no, mate. And it's interesting that you pronounce it nout, and I pronounce it note.
No, I can't even do
with
it.
With an O sound.
No.
But even some northerners say nout.
Nowt.
Yeah, I think Newcastle Geordies say Nowt.
Yeah, I like it. That one's quite endearing. I like that word. I would use it if I were northern.
Oh, there's no wrong with that.
True.
You know,
True.
there's no wrong with him. Got that intonation, haven't we? Let's give it a good shake. A shake, as we'd say.
Shake a shake.
Shaking Stevens. Bloke. Oh, you know what, bloke? Well, it means fella, it means man.
Fella's another good one, yeah.
Fella's another one, yeah. Bloke. I don't think we would say it much in the north. He's a bloke. Sounds a bit odd.
Yeah, that bloke over there.
That bloke over there. You could say it, I guess, but I don't think it's a common thing.
Would you say lad in the north?
Yeah, lad's more common, yeah. Yeah, lad and lass for a girl.
And in the north, it kind of makes me think about, like, you would use words like love quite a lot, like, all right, love.
I love, yeah, people will say that, even if they don't know you.
Which is just like, yeah,
I love.
How are you?
Morning, love.
Hello, lady, basically.
Flower as well. Flower.
Really?
Some people say that in Yorkshire.
Oh, wow, okay.
Yeah, flower.
See, in the south, we wouldn't say that.
No.
We wouldn't say any.
You all hate each other.
We didn't even talk to each other. Just like, we don't use anything.
You don't make eye contact when you walk into the shop.
Yeah, just
Walking
look down.
This, we read down.
Look down, thinking about avocado toast.
Black card, please. Beep. Bye-bye.
Yeah.
Nah, well, they're not that shy, okay? They're all right.
Just don't talk to anyone.
Don't make eye contact with anyone.
Let's see what else we got in here. You got loads in here. You got way more than me.
I was a busy boy.
I have no idea. Bray.
Oh, that's another Yorkshire one, eh? Although I think it is northern wide.
Can you give me a sentence?
You probably parents say it to the kids. Stop doing that, or I'll bloody bray you.
I'll hit you.
Yeah, it's like
Bray.
to hit someone or to beat somebody up.
So you would use it like, last night I took a few brays or something, or someone gave me a bray.
It's not a noun. It's a verb. Like we'd always say.
I'm gonna bray you.
Like, what happened last night? Or I got into a fight and he brayed me.
Interesting.
He brayed me. Yeah. Or like he's annoying me. That guy. I'm gonna bray him.
Trying to think, is there
It's
anything?
really violent, really aggressive, isn't it?
Yeah,
But he's northern as well.
you were just saying in the south it's more dangerous.
Yeah.
Don't know, not sure anymore.
No.
Might get brayed.
Might get brayed up north.
Yeah, I'm trying to think some other sort of examples for the south that might be similar. Like, I don't know. Yeah, got beat up. Really beat up. Someone beat me up.
Someone beat me up. Yeah.
That's pretty it. Yeah.
You could say like knocked me out.
Got knocked. Yeah.
Don't remember.
Got hit. Got beat up.
You see, that's why we've got more slang in the north, because we're more violent.
Just more.
We're just more fighty, we're just more...
After a day down the pits.
What else do you want? A day down pits?
Have a good fight.
A good resulting fisticuffs.
Rumble in the jungle.
South.
We got here.
Bait. I have no idea what this means, and I've heard people saying it.
Oh, really?
I have no idea what bait means. People say like, that's bait.
That's
I'm
bait.
like, what does that mean? I've no idea.
Or like like you might say as well, don't be so bait. Oh, don't be so bait.
I have no idea what they were saying to me. I don't know. Don't be so bait. I don't know.
It's like obvious.
Obvious.
Yeah, it's like kind of when you're doing something that's kind of making whatever you're doing look obvious.
What happens if you say like, she's so bait? Like she's into you and she's making it obvious.
Well, maybe you could use it like that. Yeah, it's more like if you're doing, let's say you might be smoking or something. You're not supposed to be smoking, and you're doing it like in front of everyone, and you're like, don't be so bait. Like kind of hide the cigarette a little bit.
I never heard this one ever. Never.
So that would
be. Someone would say it to me, and I'd be like, "What do you mean, buddy?
Don't be so bait."
About.
Yeah, you might say like, look over there, that girl's pretty, and then everyone looks round at the same time.
Don't be so bait.
Yeah, don't be so bait. Like kind of do it in a sneakier way.
Okay, I understand it now. I'm gonna forget.
All right, let's see what we got here from the north. All right, chuddy. Chuddy. I mean, I'm a little bit worried this might be what I'm thinking it is.
It's nothing rude.
Oh, okay. It's not what I think it is then. Chuddy.
I've been very PG-13 with these words.
Chuddy. I think like chubby, like someone fat.
No, it's a shortening. It's a shortening of a bigger word. It's actually two words.
Chuddy.
You might put it in your mouth.
Chocolate bar.
No.
Chewing gum.
Yep. Chewing gum. Okay. Chewing gum. Yeah. So yeah, I used to say in school like, have you got any chuddy? Give us some chuddy. Chewing gum. I don't know why they said chuddy.
Shouldn't be chewing gum in school, but
we should be.
That's another thing.
Yeah, that's a rule. You can't be chewing gum in school.
I don't even. What would we say? You got any gum? You got any gum?
Got any gum?
That's what we say.
Sounds very American to me though. Hey man, you got any gum?
we're very cultured in the South. You know, looking at other countries, trying to.
International. We know that. America. America.
When you get Wi-Fi, you'll find out what the US is.
We can go on Google Maps. Step one from the top.
Let's see.
Oh mate, I don't know. Butters? Butters, I'm going to show it to the camera. Butters? I have no idea. I think I've got an idea. I'm going to guess. Does it mean an ugly woman?
Yeah.
Or an ugly man?
Ugly, yeah.
Ugly
Someone's ugly. Yeah. It's very, I think something new, I don't know, the last 10 years or something.
Yeah.
But normally you hear it in London. It's kind of very...
Oh, she's butters.
But then I suppose everyone kind of copies London because it's a cool place to be, so then it kind of spreads.
So that's what it means then? It means an ugly person?
Yeah, and there was another word in there, but I don't think we're going to get to it. You could also say minging as well.
Yeah, minging's also a thing in the north though.
Oh, is it?
A minger as well. Like if
She's a
minger.
she's a ming.
But I think it is used for ugly people, but also someone who's dirty. Like if somebody doesn't clean their house, it's, oh yeah, this house is minging.
Someone, yeah. Disgusting.
Yeah, disgusting, yeah.
Don't be a minger.
Don't be a minger.
Right, let's see what else we got.
One more from each of us, I think.
All right. We got Scran.
Scran.
Which is, I know this one from my experience living up north.
Yeah.
My tortured 4 years in the north. Scran is like, well, I don't actually know. I mean, is it food, right? It's just food. It's not. Right?
It's like food, yeah. It can be any food.
Oh, can it be any food? I thought it's more like chocolate and crisps.
It's usually used for snacks, yeah. Like, oh, let's go get some Scran, but it also can mean any food. It does have that connotation of being like quick food. So if you're going for a kebab or you're going for some fish and chips, that's also Scran. But it can mean any food.
What's your go-to Scran? What's your
go-to Scran?
Glad you sat down for this one.
If you're talking about quick food, in England, anything from Wetherspoons. Honestly, Wetherspoons, we need to explain the concept of Wetherspoons.
Wetherspoon is good.
It's amazing.
Yeah. You get the cheapest pint, cheapest beer in England, go to Wetherspoons, and they're everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
Wetherspoons are everywhere.
Every single city or town has a Wetherspoons, and sometimes they have more than one. It's a chain of pubs owned by the same guy, but it's a chain because all the menus are always the same, it's always consistent, they have the same choices every single time. And the food in there is really good. And my favourite thing is the American pancakes.
Oh, really? The fluffy ones?
Yeah, with either maple syrup or you can ask them to change it for jam.
See, I think from the Wetherspoons, I like the curries they do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's cheap as well. Like
so
you go to a restaurant, you're paying £20 for a curry. Wetherspoons, you'll pay £7 and you get a drink with it. Yeah. Maybe £8. Maybe 15 in the south, because they pay more.
But the interesting thing is you see all types of people from all parts of society. So you have like old men in there having their like
working men's club,
warm ale beer. And then you have like teenagers in there who can't, well not teenagers, but like 18, 19 who can't afford to go to a more fancy or a fancier bar.
Yep.
And then you have like, I don't know, drunks in there. You have all sorts.
Locals will go there every single week, every single day.
Yeah.
People just passing through that are in the town. Because they know, like, when you go to a town where you're going to go, you could find a pub or you could find a restaurant, but you'll know what you're getting if you go to a Wetherspoons. And that's my go-to Scran. What about you? What's your go-to Scran?
Go-to Scran? I'm thinking like chocolate and that kind of thing.
Fair enough, yeah, that's a good point. A Mars bar. If you keep it simple.
No, I don't like Mars bar. Kit Kat.
Kit Kat's a good one as
well. Bloody love
Kit Kat. Chunky.
Kit Kat Chunky. Cup of coffee. Amazing.
Digestive biscuits though.
Digestives, oh my god.
Digestive biscuit. Dip it in, and then eat it. It's the best part.
Yeah, they're digestives. I think it's one thing that maybe hasn't been exported enough. You know, like we don't have much to share with the world.
But we do have digestives.
But digestives, they should be everywhere, man. Jaffa cakes.
I don't like Jaffa cakes.
No, really, I love them.
Not a fan.
I love Jaffa cakes.
Not a fan, never was.
Part 3, we're going to play this
or that. From the south and from the north, and we're going to decide which one is better.
Alright, so the first one is Coronation Street or EastEnders.
Coronation Street is from the north, and it's a soap drama, which is just like a TV program about people's lives. If you're from a Spanish-speaking country, it's like a telenovela. And I think it's in Manchester, right?
It is, yeah, Manchester.
Versus EastEnders, which
is in London, basically central London. It might be East London, I'm pretty sure. And it's kind of set around one square, like one one street or a couple of streets basically, and there's a pub on the corner, and it's about the people who live there, their lives. Yeah, people just kind of basically. People get married, they get pregnant, they have affairs, they get murdered.
I think I enjoyed watching EastEnders more than Coronation Street.
I think EastEnders is a bit more dramatic, isn't it?
Yeah, Coronation Street's a bit boring, I think. It's all right. It's just like what you watch when it's what your parents watch in the house, you know.
Yeah, well,
it's not. Work and watch it.
I think now it's in my house. It's forbidden because it's just too addictive, both of them. But my sister loves. She loves both of them, yeah. She watched all the soaps. Those. There's
many of them.
But yeah, I think EastEnders is a bit more controversial, which is interesting because it's on the BBC, which is normally very delicate, very chill.
Yeah, definitely.
But
I think EastEnders wins. I'm going to give the South the point for this one.
All right. Next up, we have Billy Elliot versus
Bridget Jones's Diary.
So for these, they're both really good films.
Yeah, they're classics. They're both enjoyable. Bridget Jones's Diary is more of a chick flick.
Yeah, I haven't seen it for ages, but Billy Elliot's really good. I think Billy Elliot has that sub story to it as well, like about the North.
Yeah, if you want to know more about the mining culture, you can watch Billy Elliot, and it'll teach you a little bit about that.
Through the eyes of a guy or a boy learning ballet.
Well, if we want to give the story without giving away spoilers, yeah, it's about a young boy who his dad wants him to become a boxer because it's very masculine, you know. He's from the North, he's from Newcastle, so they have to be tough, have to be hard as nails. But he wants to be a ballet dancer. He discovers ballet, really falls in love with it, and his dad, well, at first he doesn't approve of it, but then he does grow to accept it and to encourage his son to do what he loves. And it's just a wonderful story, to be honest. It's a really feel-good film.
It is really good, isn't it?
I think, like, a lot of people will probably cry at the end of it, but I think Bridget Jones's Diary is more like comic relief kind of thing.
It's not a tearjerker like Billy Elliot. The Billy Elliot really does sort of gets your hooks in. It's like makes you involved in the story, whereas Bridget Jones's Diary, like,
it's just some fun film.
Yeah, it's cute.
Did you know that Renee Zellweger is American?
No.
She's American, and I was convinced that she was British. She's got the most convincing British accent, I think, of any American.
It's interesting because I think normally it's Brits do American accents better than.
Look at Tom Holland and.
Yeah, exactly right, and also
Benedict Cumberbatch does one as well, I think, in some program.
Yeah, but
who are we going to give the point to then?
I would go for give it to the North. I would give it to the North. Billy
I think based on pure quality. Yeah, Billy Elliot, because I think it's more of a classic. They've made plays out of Billy Elliot, but they haven't made any plays out of Bridget Jones's Diary.
Yeah. Next up we have Shameless versus The Inbetweeners.
This is a tough one.
This is a good, yeah, I think it's because The Inbetweeners was really good. I mean, it's still good, but it definitely was like groundbreaking when it first came out.
Absolutely. No one had ever done anything like The Inbetweeners. Well, what is it? We have to explain it.
The Inbetweeners is it four friends?
Yeah.
Who
Schoolboys.
Like, yeah, they're all in school or college, but no, sixth form. Wow.
Which is our 16 to 18-year-old education system.
Basically, they're kind of just an odd group of friends. They shouldn't be friends, but they are. One's very geeky, the other one's a bit, more sporty a little bit, and that kind of thing. There's kind of a muddled group of friends.
And that's why it's called The Inbetweeners, because they're like in between the popular kids and the nerdy kids. They don't really fit anywhere. And I think a lot of people can relate to that. I can, definitely.
Yeah. No, it was cool. I think the jokes were really good. Some of them a little bit scandalous, a little bit on the edge, but they did, I think after a few years, it did become a bit dry, like the same thing again and again.
It's a good thing they stopped when they did, because they would have killed the series if not. Shameless, though, it's more vulgar, more gritty, I guess you could call it gritty.
Yeah.
It's about a family from Manchester, isn't it?
Yeah, so they live on a council estate, which is like a very poor area.
Typically poor area, yeah.
And they live next to some gypsies, and it's just like, there's drugs, and they have to try and make money because something happened. So it's a tough one. I think it can be funny as well. It
can be really funny, just because of the personalities of the people.
I think I would go for Shameless, just because it's been around for so long and it had more longevity. Yeah.
I'm going to go for The Inbetweeners though, because I think Shameless is more of a cult classic, but I think The Inbetweeners is way more recognisable. It even though it's based in the South, I think it just describes school life for everyone. Like what you either knew someone like them or you were friends with them, and I think I enjoyed it more. The In-Betweeners.
Yeah. Okay, I'll go with the In-Betweeners because it was something that was very new and fresh at the time.
Yeah.
All right.
So far we've got 3 points. Well, we've done 3 and we've got 2 points for the South and 1 point for the North. You guys, they're winning. We've got to change that.
Get
Get a draw on.
Now we're going to look at music, and we have Oasis versus Blur.
Oh, I find this really tough to decide. I love both of them. I'm going to have to go with Oasis though, because it's just got so much northern spirit. I don't think Blur has anything inherently southern about it. I just think that it's a great band from the South. Like Damon Albarn's a genius, in my opinion, for musical genius, because he had Gorillaz as well.
Yeah.
But that's not Blur, it's Damon Albarn.
But I feel like they are, the way they come across, the way they like present themselves is very southern, like more reserved in a way, like they're quieter, maybe more artistic, let's say.
Yeah.
And then Oasis are just like chaos.
Yeah.
But I would probably go with Oasis as well. Just
I think
because
they've got more anthems.
Yeah.
The Noel Gallagher was a genius in the way that he wrote the music, like using only specific chords. I can't remember the name of them.
Yeah, it's like 3 when A, C and D or something.
But they just sound beautiful together, and the sound they produce, I think it's just...
I want to say Oasis, but then I realise I do have a Blur tattoo. I do.
Show everybody. But funny if I had an Oasis tattoo, wouldn't it?
The bad thing is I don't know if you can see it.
Oh yeah, the cassette tape.
So it's a cassette tape, and in the middle it says, I forgot what it says now, Tender.
Tender, yeah.
But the problem is, because it's so small and it's like a bit blurred now.
Hey.
They read it and it looks like Tinder.
So they think it's a Tinder.
Yeah, like, why
have you got a cassette tape that says Tinder on it?
Yeah, but it's a Tinder.
Well, I could tell you some stories. Stories.
But Tender's quite a good song, so
yeah.
I'll give it to Oasis.
I think I'm gonna have to give it to Oasis as well. So the next one, 2 very famous bands. The first one is Arctic Monkeys from Sheffield in the north, and Radiohead. I don't know where they're from.
Oxford, right?
From Oxford, right?
I think Oxford, yeah. I think this one's fairly easy for me. I do like both of them, but
for me, okay, I'm going to give the point to Arctic Monkeys because I'm an absolute super fan. I really, really like them. I think they had more, for me as a northerner, I remember the first time that I ever heard Arctic Monkeys on the radio, and we didn't have much music with northern accents. We had Pulp from Sheffield and a couple of other little things like Oasis and what are the other ones from Manchester? Stone Roses and Happy Mondays. But they weren't my generation. Like Oasis was my dad's generation, really.
Yeah.
Arctic Monkeys was the first time when you heard when I heard so who's that girl there, and you could hear that classic Sheffield accent. I'm like, what is this?
If I close my eyes, it's like he's here now.
And they're so diverse with their albums as well. I mean, it's just because I'm a fan. I'm not that much into Radiohead.
Yeah, I mean, there are some Radiohead got some anthems.
Absolutely.
But
everyone knows Creep.
Yeah, but I feel like I can relate more to Arctic Monkeys in terms of sort of the working class stuff they sing about.
It's the journey they went on for me.
Yeah,
like they started off writing about nights out in Sheffield, and then they moved on to more poetic stuff, and now it's like really, really abstract,
bluesy now,
bluesy stuff. I love it. I can't get enough. I've got the cassette tape of the latest album.
You should have one.
I should get one tattooed, and you can have one, and I can have one.
Okay. So
speaking of tattoos, we actually have the same tattoo.
This one here.
You got that one. I've got it on my leg here. I'll show it to this camera. See if you can see. It's one of these ones.
I don't think you'll be able to see it.
Bonded by tattoo.
Bonded by ink.
So who's the winner?
I'll give it to Arctic Monkeys.
Yeah, I have to give it to Arctic Monkeys as well. North wins twice. So 3-2 to the North.
This is the tiebreaker. Ed Sheeran versus Zayn Malik.
Yeah. So Zayn Malik, for those who don't know, was the guy in One Direction, but now he's gone solo. He's from Bradford, which is near where I'm from. And Ed Sheeran is from South. He was born in Halifax, though, which is near me.
All right. So you win again.
Oh yeah, exactly. So he's technically northern, but no, he has a southern accent, and he grew up there in the south.
Yeah, I thought he grew up down by I don't know, Hertfordshire or something, but I'm not sure. I mean, I would probably say Ed Sheeran. I don't really know.
Yeah. I mean,
I don't really like either.
I like a couple of songs from Zayn Malik. I don't like anything from One Direction. My sister was obsessed with them when we were younger.
I mean, they're crazy what they did though, like the Beatles. Oh, yeah. Like mad.
They were like a modern Beatles almost. I don't think they were as musically.
No, but the fame they had is crazy.
The fame, yeah.
insane.
Unbelievable. But I think I have to give it to Ed Sheeran as well. He's just got more anthems. His music is more popular, even though I'm not a big fan personally.
I think he is an insane musician as well, like crazy.
Yeah.
So turns out to be a draw. We're still friends.
Still friends, yeah. They're all right. We're all right.
Everyone's all right.
Everyone's all right. Yeah.
Okay, so that's everything for this video. Hopefully you learnt a little bit about the different cultures in the north and the south of England, and you picked up some new words. If you want to continue practicing your English, click this video. Yep, that one. Click it. Click it now. Don't forget to smash the like button, and we'll see you next time.